So that was an epic and awesome pullback shot, even if I do say so myself. I would like to tell you it was my sophisticated and awesome piloting skills. What? No, it wasn't. I cheated, and I'll tell you how I did it after this. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Keith, and on today's video I'm going to be talking about how you can do a pullback shot using waypoint mode, and you can get that sort of epic, sort of going close to trees flying past kind of thing, like you saw at the beginning of this video. Before we get into it, there's a couple of things I wanted to go over just so you're aware. First things first, you're going to need patience with this. It doesn't always work first time. In actual fact, it took me 3 days to achieve the shot that you saw at the beginning of it. I had the idea to do it, and I thought, right, and I started playing around, but it took me a few days just to perfect that. So you're going to need patience, and you might need to come back again and again before you get the shot that you want to achieve. It, you don't just get it straight away. It's unless you're a really, really good pilot, you don't get it straight away. And if you're a really, really good pilot, then you don't want to use waypoint mode. So yes, have patience. That's the first thing. Secondly, never turn your sensors off. GPS, because waypoint mode uses GPS among other things, it's not always 100% accurate. So if you're going close to trees, or you're going close to bushes, or you're going through trees like I did in that, sometimes the drone might not be bang on position. So you want your sensor mode on to avoid crashing your drone into a tree and losing your very expensive drone. So always leave your sensors on. Secondly, if the drone is going to go out of sight, like it kind of does a bit with me, always have a spotter. Now, I basically got my wife to go and hide behind the wall. You won't ever see her, but she was on her phone telling me, yep, the drone's fine, the drone's fine. So you need to comply with, obviously, laws. In most countries now, you always need to keep the drone in line of sight, and I did lose it when it goes through the tree. So I had my wife over there acting as a spotter. So if you're going to do this, make sure you have a spotter. Anyway, I'm going to take you through how I did it now. So here it is. Okay guys, so it's a bit windy today, so I'm not going to do the full mission that I did in that video that you saw at the beginning, but I'll show you how I did the basics of it, and then you can sort of extrapolate from that how you plan your own pullbacks. So the first thing we need to do is actually take off the drone. So we're going to take off the drone now, and we're going to get it into the air. Now our sensors are going to be, because it's quite close to the house, but what we need to do first is we're going to go into our intelligence flight modes and go into waypoints. Then we're going to click on the full screen view, because we don't need to see the map really at this point. And we're going to line up the drone. It doesn't really matter where you point the gimbal, because we're going to use a POI to keep the camera focused on the pilot, as in me. So first off, we're going to record our first waypoint here. So the drone's at about the right height for this. In the video I was a bit closer, but it's a bit windy today. So to line it all up, I'm going to give it quite a lot of clearance today. So to record our first waypoint, we're just going to hit the C1 button on the back of the controller, which is this one here. And there you go. We've got, you can see on the map here, we've recorded our first waypoint. Now, we're going to fly this course. As I said, it's a bit windy today, so I'm not exactly going to do the full course that I did the other day in the video. I'm going to need to gain some height. But essentially, this is what I did. I recorded waypoints all the way, so we'll fly a basic one. So if we get to here, we'll record one more waypoint, and then we're going to go up a bit. We're going to line the drone up, keeping it basically focused on going through those trees. I'm going to go a bit higher, because although I went close to that tree the other day, because of the wind I can't predict it. So it's reasonably lined up, and we'll record a waypoint there. And as you can see, we got through the trees. We will carry on. We'll record a waypoint there, and then we'll carry on here. You saw this the other day. I flew here, record another waypoint there, and then we're going to go up. And that's our last waypoint we recorded here. Now, in order to get, as I said earlier on in this bit, in order to keep the camera focused on you, you set a POI. So we go back to the map view, and then we zoom in, and this is where our position is. So we're going to set a POI by clicking on the second option in that top middle menu, and we're going to set the POI. going to leave it at 0 because obviously you're at ground level, and then we're going to click on it and we're going to link all the waypoints that we've just created to that POI. So the drone is going to fly backwards, keeping focused on you, and get that kind of epic pullback shot that we're after. Another tip, don't start the mission from your final waypoint. Fly the drone back and line it up roughly on your first waypoint. The reason being is if you start from here, the drone is going to come back, it's going to line up with a waypoint, but the camera's going to be facing forward, and then it's going to turn around between the first and second waypoint, and you don't want it to do that. So we're going to fly the drone back and line it up. Okay, now that the drone is roughly in the first position, what we're going to do is we're going to click on go, and we're first of all going to set it to arc mode. If you don't set it to arc mode, what it will do is it will sort of start and stutter as it goes to each waypoint. You don't want it to do that, so we're going to put it on arc mode. We're going to put it at a speed of around about 7, between 7 and 6, and then once your drone is sort of lined up and focused on you, we're going to click start, and away it's going to go. And as you can see, because we've set the POI, it's going to roughly stay centered on that POI. And with any luck, I'm going to go through the trees. But as you can see, the benefit of leaving your sensors on, if it does get it wrong, isn't going to take down your really expensive drone. Now this is not quite the same path that I followed the other day. I went out further, but this is just to show you the basics. And there you go. So from just doing how I've done this, you can get that really cool epic pullback shot. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that. One more tip for you. Basically, the thing I noticed when I was planning out that mission was that if I loaded the mission from a task manager, so if I saved the waypoint mission and then tried to fly it afterwards, it would never work. It was never accurate. So always fly your mission, planning out your waypoints, and then bring the drone back, line it up, and hit go. Do not land the drone or try to load it from task manager and try to fly it afterwards, because the likelihood is it's not going to work. If your mission fails, so i.e. if you plan out your waypoints and then try to fly the mission and the drone goes off course, redo your mission, replan out your mission. Don't try and load the waypoints again and try it again, because the likelihood is it will not work. As I said, this can be quite frustrating. You need a lot of patience to do this. It never works first time. It took me, as I said, 3 days to get that shot that you saw at the beginning of this video. Now, some of it was technical problems, some of it was me just teaching myself and learning and playing around. I actually got several quite good shots, but I decided I wanted the drone to go out further, so I had to keep on at it until I got the shot I wanted. So it takes some patience to do this. It isn't going to work first time, but hopefully you guys can watch this video and learn from this and get your own epic pullback shots. If you've got any questions or you need me to answer anything, just leave it in the comments below and I'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. I make loads of videos around drones and Osmo Pockets and all that kind of thing, and the odd vlog here and there. So anyway, wherever you are, happy flying, take care, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.